guys. For these next couple sessions, we're gonna look at some really foundational moves and some foundational poses of yoga. The warrior series, the vinyasa series in terms of what is a chaturanga that you hear about. So today we're gonna focus on warrior one, and we'll do just a nice and gentle flow. And let me know if you have any questions. So we're gonna start today at the front of our mat with our feet together, hands at heart center, and Anjali Mudra, that's prayer hands. And just focus on keeping that spine nice and straight. Maybe close your eyes. And then open your eyes. And then take your feet about shoulder width apart. Ground down with your feet. Ground down with your toes. Connect each pad of your foot. See if you can get your heel down, side of your foot, all of those connection points. And then move up to your ankle, then your knee, your hips, all the way up through your chest, your neck, and the top of your head. Drop your hands down, side of your body, squeeze those shoulder blades together, tighten up that core, making nice straight line from the top of your head down through your feet. Strong mountain pose. Breathe here. And then inhale those arms up, nice and high. Exhale, fold. And stay here in this folded position. Take your feet out a little bit wider than your mat, or maybe half on, half off. Bend those knees, grab those elbows, or you can keep them on the mat and just hang here, opening up that lower back. Swinging back and forth. Breathing, feeling how each breath takes you a little bit further down, opens up that back a little bit more. Shake that head, yes and no. And then slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. The last thing to come up is your head. Beautiful. Bring those feet shoulder width apart one more time. Inhale up. Stretch up as high as you can. Exhale, fold. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And just stay here in this halfway lift and breathe. And your back is flat. Somebody could put a glass of water on it and it would stay steady. But you're using your core to pull you in. Keeping a nice and strong back. Pull those shoulder blades together. Breathe here a couple more times. Exhale it all the way down. Inhale up. Reaching up towards the sky, bring those hands together, Anjali Mudra, bring those thumbs to that heart. Inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, back into a plank. And hold here in this plank, just get everything activated, a nice straight line, pressing out with those hands, pressing down with those hands. And then slowly coming up into a downward facing dog. Pedal out those legs. Stretch out with those arms. Move side to side. Maybe bend those knees, let those hips go up towards the sky, then press down with those heels. Really pressing down with that thumb and forefinger. And staying here. 5 breaths right here. Now let's get that blood flowing a little bit. Move back into that plank position. 5 push-ups. Your elbows are going to be grazing your rib cage. So you're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back into downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. If those push-ups are too hard, staying on your toes, don't be afraid to go down on your knees. And move back into plank. Hold here. Back into downward facing dog, exhale. Do this 10 times. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do it about 5 more times on your own. And then when you come into hold that plank, drop down to your knees, and we'll go into a child's pose. Knees the width of your mat, your toes together, your hips down towards your heels. So you rest your head on your mat. Use your breath here. Breathe in love, exhale love. Feel that expansion through your rib cage, that expansion through all the way up towards your chest. It's calming that nervous system. The beautiful thing about yoga that I love, and I think so many other exercises, including weightlifting and all the other things that get our heart rate up, is that we don't take that pause in between. So we jack up our nervous system, which is good, right? But then taking that time in between to close our eyes and just calm our nerves down. Now come up onto your hands and knees, tabletop position, tuck those toes under and press back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bring that knee to nose as you step that right foot in between those hands. As you rise up, we're getting into warrior one. You want to take that foot, you want to take that back foot, and you're going to point it to about if you're thinking about a clock, about 11 o'clock on that clock. You're taking your right leg and you're bending that knee forward, grounding down through the back of that foot and bending forwards. Still bringing everything in. And now making sure that those hips, as much as you can, your hip points are pointed towards the front of that mat. How do you do that? Squeeze that glute. Get that foot position nice and strong before you add in those arms, lifting it up. Staying here, looking up, beautiful. Hold here for another breath. Exhale those hands down to the mat. Plank right here, downward facing dog. Now let's do the other side. Take that left foot up, or that left leg up. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, put that left foot down in between those hands. Now turn that back foot to point at about 2 o'clock. Pressing down with this heel side of that foot. And bending into that front leg. Now look at your hips. Your hips should be pointing towards the front of the room. Another trick I like to do is I like to put my arms behind me. That gets me aligned nice and strong towards the front of the room. Squeeze that glute as you're pushing away with that heel, sucking everything in, and then use those arms to come up. Beautiful, breathe here, come down, palms on the mat, back into plank, downward facing dog. Now we're going to speed it up just a little bit. Inhale, right leg up, exhale, foot between hands. Warrior one. Exhale, hands down on the mat. Inhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, foot between hands. Inhale, all the way up. Warrior one. Exhale, hands down to mat. Downward facing dog. Hold it there. Five breaths. We're going to add something in between those two sides now. So follow me, bend those knees, look up at those hands, and walk those feet towards those hands. Feet together, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold over. Inhale, all the way up to the top, stretching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Hands at heart center. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, both hands on the mat. Plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, that foot right in between those hands. Warrior one. Inhale, up. Exhale, down, hands down to the mat. Plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, that foot between those hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Plank, exhale, downward facing dog. Holding it there. Coming down to your knees. put your dominant hand in your, right on top of your other hand. Breathing here. Staying here for as long as you need. Straight spine. Slowly fluttering those eyes open. I hope that helped you focus a little bit more on that warrior one. We'll be adding to that as we move forward, but in the meantime, again, ask me if you have any questions. If you need me to look at your form, don't be afraid to record and just send me a recording. I'd love to see it. But in the meantime, namaste.